Scott Sorrell speaks almost every day to Fortune 500 corporations and mid-sized businesses. He is also in demand as a presenter for schools and nonprofit organizations. Scott will amaze you with his ability to connect with your audience and impact them in such a way that they remember and change.
Now I want to give you some advice. I call it advice from a loser. Look at me. I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my memory. That's right, my memory. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind. But seriously, I am a loser, and you should be too. In order to win, you must be willing to lose 3 things: negative thinking, negative habits, and negative people from your life. Again, to win, you must lose negative thinking, negative habits, and negative people from your life. Let's talk about negative thinking for a minute. And the doctors told him he would never walk again. Now, where would your attitude be at this point? Yeah, in the dumps, right? Okay. Oh, in the toilet, okay? All right, I agree. If anyone had an excuse for negative thinking, it was Mac. But Mac Newton pulled himself out of that hospital bed at the VA and into a wheelchair. And from that wheelchair up onto crutches. And on crutches, he started taking Taekwondo lessons. Wouldn't you? And then, with 2 artificial hips and an artificial knee, he went on to become the international Taekwondo champion. That's because my friend Mac Newton is a loser. What did he lose? Negative thinking. How many losers do we have here with us this morning? Great. All right, fantastic. My friends, lose your negative thinking, and you'll lose your excuses for failure. I think what my clients like most about my work is that I customize. I don't just show up with a prepackaged canned script that may or may not be a good fit for the audience. What I do is I work with my clients ahead of time, work with management, and basically customize it to meet their needs, their goals, so that their people get the takeaways that the company wants them to leave with. So it's effective, and it makes them more profit for the individuals, more profit for the company. But price cutting is the first retreat of the inexperienced, the ignorant, and the indolent salesperson. Indolent, of course, means lazy. Right. Price cutting is the first retreat of the inexperienced, the ignorant, and the lazy salesperson. Does it take a salesperson to cut price? No. We can train monkeys to cut price, right? And we can pay them in bananas. Any takers? Okay, sales managers in the room, take note who raised their hands. Commission will now be paid in fruits and vegetables. What is the difference, the main difference, between a salesperson and a sales professional when it comes to pricing integrity? Sales professionals don't cut price. They build value. Exactly. They build value. Now, where is value built? Relationship. Where else? Outcome. Okay. All right. Those are all things. Can we touch or feel any of those things? No, not really. Value is built 100% in the customer's mind. It is 100% perception. Are we having pressure today to commoditize our product and services? Absolutely. One looks like the other, looks like the other. Whose job is it to educate and persuade the prospect that your choice, your offering, is the best one? It's yours, exactly. Every day I work with CXO level executives, sales and marketing managers, and I have access in my unique position working with them every day to finding out what's working out there and what's not. And I apply that every day in the presentations I give. And cold calling and prospecting. So how many here do cold calling? My friend Gary does cold calling. Now Gary owns a gourmet foods company. One day he was making deliveries out in ranch country. You know, these nice houses on these huge spreads. And he sees off in the distance a big field with an old beat up trailer and an old dirty Volvo. He approaches the trailer door. out of the darkness steps a cross between Charles Manson and the Unabomber. Scraggly hair everywhere, wild eyes. Now, Gary does two things at that point. First, he wets his pants. Next, he says, "Hi, I deliver gourmet foods to your neighbors, and I thought you might be interested." The guy gets one of those spooky Christopher Lloyd looks in his eyes. "Food? What do you got?" And so Gary says, "Well, come on, I'll show you." So he takes him around to the back of the delivery truck. Now, as Gary's opening the big refrigerated doors, he can't help but think of all the news stories he's heard of people getting stuffed into the freezer. And he can see the headline on this one, right? Because he's the only victim that's ever provided his own freezer. And so as he's stepping into the back of the truck, he glances out of the corner of his eye, and he sees this maniac psycho killer kind of surreptitiously slip his hand into his pocket and pull out the biggest wad of cash Gary has ever seen. The guy bought 10 boxes of gourmet foods. Gary drove away that day with three things: $1,000 cash in his pocket and 2 lessons. I'm not just some gifted speaker that showed up and has something to talk about. I've bought companies, I've sold companies, I've been in 2 director level positions for financial services and healthcare corporations. And what I do is bring that expertise and that real world experience to bear. And it makes a big difference for the participants. Number 2, I'm not just a motivator. I believe that people have to be motivated from within. All I do is bring the tools to draw that out of people. I'm the guy that shows up with the tool bag and teaches the skills, and then the individuals have to take it from there. All right, very good, excellent. Now, give me just one more.
Time and money.
Time and money. All right, write that down. Now, I want you to take the goal you've written in front of you. Nice goal. And I want you to each take 1 minute, turn to your neighbor, and tell how you're going to apply this particular step to the achievement of your goal. Okay? Each take 1 minute. See you back in 2. Fantastic. Okay, how did we do?
She gave me a suggestion I never thought of.
Gave him a suggestion he had never thought of before. Fantastic. Who else? Yes?
I had a breakthrough.
You had a breakthrough. Wow, that's pretty good. Give her a hand. Folks, there's a reason this works so well. It's a complete technology for goal achievement. See, there's a lot of goal-setting training out there, and you and I have been to a lot of goal-setting training. My only argument with goal-setting training is that it focuses on goal-setting and not goal-getting. Goal establishment, not goal achievement. This simple chart that you have in your hand can help shape the rest of your life. I mean, don't most of us spend more time planning our next 2-week vacation than we do the next 2 years or 20 years of our lives? Use this tool I've developed and practice it diligently. It will clarify your thinking, increase the effectiveness of your decisions, strengthen the impact of your actions, and accelerate the achievement of your goals.